Before I get started, hey everybody, how you doing? So this is the before the show on the FaceTime live. I'm gonna go live on the air in less than 2 minutes, I believe. So I'm gonna get this party started. So thanks for tuning in, and we made it to another Friday. Let's do this. I have my Power shirt on today. Power of Women Exchanging Resources. Talk a little bit about that too. Just me and Mike the engineer.
We don't need anyone else. Come on.
That's right. Oh, you've been clean shaven today too.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's some stubble, but yeah, I shaved.
Wow, very nice, very nice. Looking good there, Mike. I know you don't seem happy. You seem like you like the pre-Mike, not the post-Mike.
Yeah, I'd rather sell my beard back, but it was your
Really? Yeah? See, I like the clean look, you know?
I don't.
You don't? So what made you do it?
It was just irritating me, so I kind of just wanted to...
All right, little change. All right, so you gotta give yourself some time. You might like it.
Oh, I gotta... no.
No. Okay, all right, we'll try.
I haven't got any intent.
Okay. So much to talk about today. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Hello and welcome to Friday. Well, they were listening, and I want to thank you for listening and tuning into the Financial Chick Show. I am the Financial Chick. My name is Denise Nostrom, the CEO and owner of Diversified Financial Solutions, a full-service, independent financial planning firm located in Medford. I'm here live every Friday from 5:30 p.m. to 6 p.m. on 103.9 LA News Radio. Your Financial Chick is here to help you make better financial decisions and choices to improve your life and reduce your anxiety and stress about money. If you have any questions on anything we discuss on the show, you can always check out my website at financialchickshow.com. We are also on Facebook and Instagram at Diversified Financial Solutions. So like our pages and to get some updates and to see what is happening. So, wow, another crazy week. I feel like I say that every week, but I'm telling you, the world just seems to be spinning a little bit quicker these days. I'm not sure why, but it definitely is. So good, bad, and indifferent, I guess, is what I'll say. So I guess one thing, last night I had the Meet the Teachers night at my daughter's high school, which was pretty cool. She entered the high school first time last year, and needless to say, it was COVID, and we never really got to meet the teachers. Virtual, everything was virtual and everything. Well, I'm happy to announce that it was in person. We had to wear masks, but I'm very fine with that. I mean, as long as we can kind of be there and get to do what we need to do. So things are slowly coming back to normal, and it was great. She seems to have some really good teachers. I have to say Patrick Medford High School is a pretty good place, not because I'm an alumni, but it definitely is some good, they have just great stuff. I mean, the gym, that was like amazing. They have some weight rooms that are just over the top. So it's pretty cool. So it's good to see that my kid and the kids from Patrick Medford are having a good, a good experience in high school, because that's an important thing. It's really a great time of your life. The biggest thing is getting everybody back to where they need to be. That was the one thing that most of the teachers were saying, that, it's been challenging because the kids have been home doing virtual. Now they got to show up every day. Something that we normally would do, right? But it's been a little bit different. I think even adults are having those issues. And, so we shall see. Like we're still, I guess we're still getting better. We're hearing the quotes, the new normal. I don't know really what way we're going to go with this, but every day, I guess we see and we learn more. Even just coming today at the airport, there was a lot of people. My flight must have just came in, and there's a lot of people milling around and everything. So it's just good to see life. And my gosh, what a beautiful day yesterday and today is. Yesterday was, today is. Just amazing. So I'm hoping the weekend is as good. It doesn't look like it's going to be, but hopefully we'll see. And for those of you that have a 3-day weekend, I hope you enjoy your 3-day weekend. I am actually going to be taking off on Monday, so I'm very, very excited about that. And I guess before I get started, I want to wish David Levenstein, the program manager here, a very happy birthday. I know he's out celebrating at the moment, so it's just me and Mike, the engineer, here today. So we don't have David, but that's okay. We got this, right, Mike? We got it. So what a week it's been, huh? Did you get whiplash? And what I mean by that is, if you've been looking at the news, the markets were all over the place, and just every market. So there was no trend. It was a wild swings each and every day. Not only in the stock market, but cryptocurrency, gold, oil, everything was part of the insanity. Literally nobody was spared, nothing was spared. So I know some of you were watching the play-by-play each day, with a pit in your stomach, and others had no idea what was happening this week. If you did not know what was happening this week, I don't want to, bring it up, but it's funny. You could always, hindsight is always more of an interesting thing than the day by day. It's like being on the roller coaster or looking back at the roller coaster and going, wow, I just did that. So it's kind of like we're off the roller coaster now and we're saying, wow, that just happened this week. So watching the day by day gyrations is not good for anyone. Again, leave it to the professionals. We're here to kind of just take the gray hairs and the stress from you. That's what I do as the financial chick for my clients. But what's really interesting is, again, if you are investing for just a week, then you shouldn't be in the market, or very short term. So basically, in the end, let's see what happens. So the Dow Jones, with all its craziness, ended up 1.26% for the week. The S&P 500, which again is another index that indicates how investments do, 500 stocks to be exact, ended up 0.98, just under 1%. The NASDAQ ended down, but only about 0.5%, 0.51. Cryptocurrency ran up over 54,000, so we know it was down to 35. I mean, that thing's all over the place, but really had a pretty good week. Oil climbed 5% to trade over $80 a barrel. So in a week where it seemed like the bottom was going to fall out and like this was the end, it didn't. So, what's going to happen next? No one's going to know. I've got so many interesting meetings and calls this week, and people say, so Denise, does, October, right? Everything's usually down in October. No, not really. I mean, there's been years that, yes, that is true. But there's other years that they're not. And then, of course, the other thing that we hear, if you're listening to the news or whatever the case may be, the other thing is the Santa Claus rally that may or may not happen in the month of December. I don't know, So let's take a look at some stats of what typically happens. So the fourth quarter, over the last 30 years, from 1991 to 2020, the S&P index had gained an average of 4.78% total return over the final 3 months of the year, which is October, November, and December. We're right in the thick of it. The best gain of the four quarters, 24 of the last fourth quarters, so 80%, had produced a positive total return gain. The S&P consists of 500 stocks chosen for market size, liquidity, and industry group representation. It's a market value weighted index with each stock's weight in the index proportionate to its market values. This is according to BTN Research. So what does that really mean? All right, so we've had years, the majority of the last quarter has done well. There's so much more to that. It's really like, the media talking points, what's going to happen, get people engaged to continue watching and that type of thing. The bottom line is that you just want to get back to what you want to do, what your goals are, because your lane and what you need is very different from everybody else. But what I will tell you is that you want to protect yourself. You know, we have had a really good, and I know I've said this in a lot of shows, we've had a really good market. So it's really definitely a time. I just got a call from a client. She's actually, she's from the United States. Well, she's from Croatia, but she's a citizen here, but she's spending some time in Croatia right now. And she's just like, I really just need to get out. I need to get out of the market. I need to get out. So I kind of talked her off the ledge. It's never a good idea to invest with emotion. Tell you another quick story. I had somebody come in a couple weeks ago, and we were talking, and she said that this is, again, not going to be politically correct, but it is what happened. So if you know me, I tell the stories like it is, and that's how it is. So she said that before Donald Trump got elected, right after Donald Trump got elected, she sold out of everything. So she had a pretty good sized portfolio. But when she had met with me, everything was in cash. So she missed, because of emotion, 4 to 5 years of amazing market returns in a time where she really needed to grow these assets too, because of being older and all that kind of stuff. So, she did, I can't say it on the air, what she said, but she did use the F word and said that she messed up. But it's interesting. So, one of the things that I do as the financial chick or financial advisor is to help my clients to make logical, good decisions and not emotional decisions based on people we may like or not like, or our gut feeling, or what we think, or what we heard on the news. So it's really important to marry what your goals are, what your investments are, and then really have your own track record. And again, talking to people at work, everybody's going to have an opinion. You know what they say, opinions are like, I won't use that word either, but we all have them, right? So it's really important to speak to somebody like myself who's objective and can look at your situation and help you. This is the reason why we go to the doctor. These are all of the reasons why we want to fix either our health or our financial health. So you are listening to The Financial Chick, and this is The Financial Chick Show. We are heading into the commercial break in a few, but stay tuned. I'm going to talk more. This is just going to be like a show. There's just so much that happens on a daily basis and a weekly basis. So we're going to talk about just different things that have gone on and maybe solutions that are going to help you or things that you're going through. So please stay tuned and stay with me after the break. Again, The Financial Chick Show. Been a crazy week, my friends. Crazy week. I'm just hoping for one of them to be a little bit calmer. It just doesn't seem. Actually, I'm probably going to say this on the air. For those of you listening, obviously I'm at the airport and I'm doing my show live. We're at a commercial break right now. But it was really interesting. I was with a new client. We met up in April back in Florida, and she sent me an email, and she said, back in March, what I did was, back in April, she said, what I did was I just gave Jesus the steering wheel, and I just let him drive because I just couldn't take it. Things were so crazy. So I think everybody's kind of feeling the same lunacy that's going on out there. But, and I'll talk more about what is happening. I want to keep it more positive, but it's crazy. What's that?
Just under a minute.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Under a minute. We'll be back. So does anybody have any good plans this weekend? If so, drop it in the messages and let me know. I like to hear the good stuff.
Coming back in 15.
Okay. Welcome back. This is Denise Nostrom, the Financial Chick. My company is in Medford, and you can reach me at 631-758-8691 or visit my website at financialchickshow.com. I am here to help you on your financial journey. Things change over the years, and I'm here to help you navigate all of those changes. And as we know, things change, I'm going to say hourly. I mean, that's what I feel like lately. It's amazing how so much is going on at any given time and how much stimulus there is out there. And, it's one of the things that I've been hearing a lot, which is kind of scary, that there's high incidence of people with anxiety and depression. Just recently, two new people that I've started working with, having adult children that, were going to college and had some issues and had to come home, and it's not good. I mean, there's just so many things that are happening, and I think we're all internalizing it. I mean, we'll talk a little bit about the government shutdowns and everything, but it's all of this stimulus and then throwing in COVID-19. And I think the bottom line is what we need to do is we need to really support each other and just not fight each other and just try to be a little bit more kind. I find that too, that people are just not, I know everybody's stressed and uptight and everything, but in doing so, we're just being not very nice to each other. And I think we need to do that. But anyway, so that's just my little, on my soapbox, jumping off my soapbox. But so what else has been going on? So we talked a little bit about the market and people getting nervous, rightfully so. The things that go up come down, and we've been seeing a lot of really good market returns in all different ways, and we're definitely going through some new trends now. But one of the things that we had to deal with this week was the government shutdown, but it was averted, which was good. So that was kind of a lot of the gyrations that happened in the market. It was like, okay, are we going to have a government shutdown? The market gets nervous. Then, of course, they averted it, but we're going to go through all this nonsense again because they only averted it or raised enough money to cover ourselves for 8 weeks. So which means that, it's the definition of insanity. You just keep doing the same thing over and over again and expecting a different result. But so according to the Congressional Research Service, another one this week. So this is what they've said. So there have been 21 government shutdowns in history when our nation's lawmakers failed to agree on spending bills to fund government outlays for a fiscal year that begins annually on October 1st. The most recent shutdown, a 35-day stoppage that ended on January 25th, 2019, which was the longest in history. And if you remember, we had people like shutting themselves up in buildings and just craziness. And we're paying for these people. We elect these people, and then pay them through our taxes, and this is what they do. But 11 of the 21 shutdowns last year, 11 of the 21 shutdowns lasted on average 3 days or less. So this one was kind of a short one, but it just seems that we equate this to our own personal financial situations. So we do our spending. When we get our income, we do our spending. If we keep spending a lot and not have the money to cover those expenses, it's not a good thing. We know what happens. You build up the credit card debt. You have loans. You have the risk of losing your home or whatever the case may be. Now, the funny part of it is that now we vote in these people who apparently are supposed to be better and do better, but they keep spending and can't get their acts together, which is amazing. And it's just, we always say that the government should run like we run our households. I mean, most people know what they're doing. I mean, they keep a budget or at least have a general idea of what they're spending each month and make sure that they don't go over that. Unfortunately, I'm starting to meet with a lot of people that are building up their credit card debt, and that's a problem. I mean, we don't want to be like the government, right? So do better and be better. That's the biggest thing. And what's interesting about it is that even though rates are low, I just got something recently, a credit card that came in at an annual percentage rate of 25.99. Now, when we talk about what's a good return for investors, if you're in an equity type of investor or a stock type of mutual fund or stock, if you're walking away between 6 and 8%, and I'm being conservative, but 6 to 8%, you're happy as a, anybody. That's like an awesome thing. But people have no problem paying a credit card company 26%. I mean, that is absolutely insane. So we'll probably do a show just on credit cards because it's just, we all know, people know, but they just get themselves, and it's that snowball effect. You really have to, you have to watch what you're doing, and you have to only spend the money that you do have. And if you're going to use the credit cards, they're not bad as themselves as credit cards, but you have to make sure that you can pay them off when you get the bill. And that's the biggest thing. And not pay, you're killing yourself and you're drowning with the 25.99 or 15 or 12, any of the rates that are out there. The credit card companies make a lot of money. So just don't do it. So speaking of debt, so our national debt has grown from 14.79 trillion on September 30th, 2011 to 28.427 trillion on September 20th, 2021, an increase of 13.637 trillion. That's equivalent to adding 3.7 billion of new debt per day. That's insane. Or 156 million per hour, or 2.6 million per minute. All right, you get the thing. They break it down a lot. That was according to the Treasury Department. So basically, just say no, and all I can say is really just be very careful who you vote in. And at this point, all sides are horrible. So it's just, I guess, they say, oh, the adults are in the house. Just because people are adults doesn't mean that they know what they're doing. And we're seeing that every single solitary day. But it was very interesting. So people are starting to change their tune. I had spoke to a client today, actually, and, she knows how I feel. I know how she feels. And it was just very, very interesting that she was very, very disgusted and unhappy, and she says, all I'm saying is that's it, I'm voting red from here forward. And I was like, whoa, I fell off my chair, and then I got myself back together, and I was quite shocked. So things are starting to happen. I mean, we see Biden's numbers are plummeting, and we hate to say, because typically the market and who's in office, there's some correlation, but not a direct correlation. But clearly, things that are coming down the pike, there's definitely a direct correlation into things that may happen, whether it be in the real estate market or in the stock market. So, all right, well, it's Feel Good Friday, so I'm going to stop with all of that. I've just had a really bad week, and the calls I've been getting and having to explain this and talk about all of these things, it's just I just can't even watch the news because it just sends me right over the edge, and it makes me very sad. But anyway, so let's talk about some cool things that are happening. So one thing, if you can see, I'm wearing my Power shirt. As many of you may know, I run a women's nonprofit organization called Power of Women Exchanging Resources Incorporated. And it's a 501c. And what we do is monies that we raise through membership and programming, we help women. And not even just women. We do scholarships. We're in several schools. We're in Patchogue, Medford. We are in Bayshore School District. And we are going to be getting into Sachem School District as well, which is very exciting. So let your children know if you're listening. And if you're any of those school districts, the seniors are eligible for those programs, as well as my company, Diversified Financial Solutions. I'm just in PatMed, though. But we are having our event, which we couldn't do last year, but it's our 9th anniversary of Power, which is very exciting, and our 4th Women in Business Award. And this year we're honoring a woman, Kim Dominici, who is an educator and a small business owner. And we're having it at Sunset Harbor. It's Sunday, November 14th from 11 to 2 p.m. You can go onto my website or go to Power of Women Exchanging Resources to get all the information. But join us. We're going to have networking. We're going to have a Chinese auction. We're going to have 50-50 raffle, the award ceremony. It's a brunch buffet and dessert. And I have to say, I just saw one of our business supporters, Angels of Long Island, and we love them so much. Debbie Loesch is an amazing, amazing person. She's given us a wonderful sponsorship of $1,000, which is great to help our causes. And we want to be there to help her cause too. She's amazing, the things that she does for the community. So we hope you can all attend. And like I said, to get more information, please go to the Power of Women Exchanging Resources website and the Facebook page to get everything that you need to know. So we're here. We're ready for the weekend. If you have off Monday, enjoy. And I want to thank Mike, the engineer, for always making my show sound perfect. And just have a good one. And I will see you next Friday. Hi, Adrian. Hi, Ron. I don't know if you're still on there, but hi. That is a wrap. Well, I hope you all have a good weekend. I don't know if everybody, well, I'm sure some of you have off on Monday. I don't actually, but I'm taking off on Monday. I haven't had a day off in a really, really long time. And as you can see, I'm pretty stressed, pretty strung out. But it's all good. Everything's good. So call me if you have any questions. And honestly, if you have any show topics that you want me to talk about, let me know. I pretty much can talk on anything. So just give me a topic and we will run with it. So thank you so much for tuning in and have a good weekend.